Morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. I am Sean Butler. Bugsy Malone is out for a second walkies of the day. Hope you're all happy and healthy doing the things you love. This is a real quick impromptu stream. I've only got about 25 minutes, but I didn't have time to make a video on it, so I'm just going to do a quick live before I've got to go out for a lunch meeting. How are you? I hope you're all happy and healthy doing the things you love with the people that you love doing them with. Please do me a favor, guys. Smash the like on the video, smash the subscribe on the channel, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment. This little, very short, quick Tottenham Talks starts right now. Lovely touch from him, though. Harry Kane, Lucas Moura, can you do something, please? Last chance, Matt Doherty! Oh, you shite! There could be from the depths of don't fuck it up now, don't fuck it up! Go and win it! Let's go for a chance! Stephen Bergwijn! Stephen Bergwijn's through! Win it, Stephen! Come on! Yes! He's won it! He's gonna win it! Oh my God! Oh my God! We did it! Morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back. I've only got 25 minutes. It's not going to be a long one. And then as soon as that is done, I'm going to be redirecting you into a video that I've uploaded that is about something else, which is coming out in about, 25 minutes. How are you guys? How you doing? We got some news to share. First and foremost, let me ask you a favor, if you don't mind. Smash the like button for me on the video. Smash the subscribe if you're on my channel. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell and drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts in the chat box. What's happening, chat? What is happening? Let me see who's in here already, because I literally set this up 2 minutes ago. So you're all right on it, chat. You're locked in. Carl Simpson's in the house saying, big up, Sean. Love it, mate. What's happening, Carl? Good to see you. Good to see you, Gary. Good to see you, Chance. Moon Doggy Dog, member of the channel. How you doing? Paddy Hartnett's here as well. I'm doing well, my man. How you doing? Cy Chopper. What's cracking? Like that name. Bump of K's in the house as well. Imagine Romero in the Stones position going into midfield with Tapsoba. And another commanding centre-back next to him with Udogie left-back. Listen, from yesterday until today, the mood can pivot entirely quickly in the world of Tottenham. I'm going to give you a little heads up. In the video that I'm going to redirect you all to, or you can find it just in the uploads if you want later. If you want to go somewhere else, do what you want. But I'm talking about Richarlison, because there's another story out about Postecoglou that wants Richarlison out, and maybe, I've kind of taken it and ran with it and talked about trying to gazump Chelsea. Because you know what? Whilst they're doing all their shenanigans, people, whilst they're sitting there with, unbeknownst to the rest of the world, the Newcastle owners, who own 4 clubs in Saudi Arabia, also have a significant stake in Clear Lake Capital, who are the majority owners of Chelsea. The rules don't seem to matter anymore. What are we doing here? But in any event, whilst they can do what they can get away with, whilst they can keep bending the rules so that the rules don't even look like they're even guidelines anymore. Whilst all that continues, they still have to do one thing. They still have to abide by one thing. And that is that they are on the FFP watch list for this year's transfer spend. They spent 650 million quid. Now, remember this. On the June 30th is when their financial year ends. They'll be putting their annual accounts in then. We won't see them for a long time. But if they want to go and get hold of their boy Nico Jackson from Villarreal, who's got a £30 million release fee, a €30 million release fee, they can't do that before the end of July, or before the end of June, because they have to pay it up front, and that would just completely expose them to all sorts of FFP issues. So there is a little window there for one club, maybe Tottenham, to go and steal a march on Nico Jackson. And Nicola Jackson is excellent. He's excellent. He's so fast. He's so quick. But you know what? You can read all about that, hear all about that in the next video that's coming out shortly. Let's talk about the good news now. Before we do, quickly, Carl Simpson, what's happening? Foggy Foam, Big Boss Man, Sean Daniel, what's happening? Siraj, what's happening? Jessica, she'd like Tar and Tapsoba in, and an Ito. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Let's go and raid Germany for their defensive options. Guys, 170 in the house. It's amazing. Smash the like button for me. Let's get the tweet up. I'm going to say hello to some more people in a second. Because I tell you what, guys, when that news came out yesterday, that from Paul O'Keefe, who isn't a journalist, he's just someone who happens to know people or whatever. Hang on, let me get rid of that stuff. He put the kind of the brakes on, didn't he? Everyone, no matter how you feel about Tottenham generally, no matter how you feel about Levy in or Levy out, the Postecoglou good times, the vibes was pulling everyone in the same direction. We were thinking David Raya is going to happen. People were getting a little bit sketchy, going, why won't we just pay it? Or should we pay it? 40 million's a lot. It would be the third or fourth highest fee ever paid for a goalkeeper. My personal take was he ain't worth 40, but he is worth 40 to us, and get it done. And then Paul O'Keefe comes out and says Tottenham are looking in other directions. And this morning they're saying we're looking at Marmadashvili. I don't think that will happen. If it does, then look, that's a fine alternative. I still think that David Raya is the best fit. However, the mood in Camp Tottenham Hotspur's online community yesterday, it was madness. It was a meltdown. Everywhere I looked, every channel, every Facebook, every Twitter page, every comment, everything was, this club is dead, we're rotten, blah, 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 blah. Nothing had happened. Nothing had happened. Even Paul O'Keefe's tweet, if you looked at the replies in it and then his replies to the replies, he was walking it back. He was walking it back. He was saying, well, I mean, it makes perfect sense for Tottenham to still have a plan B and a plan C. They still want David Raya. It's just that there's negotiations. And I'll point out to you all that it's not just at Tottenham. It's not. Look at the Declan Rice saga. That's been going on longer than the David Raya one. And there's no real movement there. Arsenal fans are losing their minds about that one. What about Moises Caicedo? That's been going on a long time. No real movement there. There's lots and lots of other clubs that go through the same process of trying to figure out where is the middle ground on valuation. I personally just wish that Daniel Levy would look at negotiations as a win-win rather than a win-lose. And I also think that he has an ego issue where he thinks him walking away is him personally not losing, not showing weakness in negotiation, even if it means that the club loses out in the long run from... Anyway, whatever. Look, that was yesterday. This morning, we got some good news. And this is it. Understand that Tottenham have started concrete contacts to be informed on Edmond Tapsoba as the new centre-back. He's on the list since a long time. And Spurs are now exploring conditions of the deal on both player and Leverkusen's side. Nothing's advanced yet, but Tapsoba is keen on the move. Listen, let me get this out of the way for a second. Where am I? Stop sharing. Let's go back big time, big screen, and let's get back in. Let me know what your thoughts are before I bring up the reasons why. We know Jessica wants all of them. Hi, 24Z. How you doing, man? Yes, I am indeed gassed. 100 meters. He's so fast. He's monster. He's 6'4". He's a beast in the air. We're going to look at his stats in just a minute. Finally, some new news, says Aidan Kinney. Yeah, it is a little bit new news, isn't it? Sean Daniels saying Marmadashvili, Milenkovic-Savic. Yeah, listen, I like Milenkovic-Savic as a goalkeeper for Torino. He's also comes from good pedigree, right? Good footballing pedigree. His brother is also a superstar. He might be going to Newcastle. Future Music saying morning, morning, morning. Morning, Carl. Morning, Drew. Morning, chat. Morning, Mia. Morning, Big Boss Man. What's happening, Rob? Right, guys. What's Mia saying? Stop copying what I say. I said the exact same thing yesterday. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Mia. If I am copying you, then it's just because, you are smart enough to think just like me, and that is usually a good sign. But yes, listen, Edmond Tapsoba, for me, look, he's not perfect, but he's for what we need. Let's have a little look-see, shall we? Let's have a little look-see. I'm not going to get up the Y-Scout tool. I'm going to get back to the old school, the FB refs. All right. This is over the last 365 days, over 4,000 minutes played, right? Now, what you've got to remember about Edmond Tapsoba is that the Leverkusen team plays with a back three and wing backs, and they have got an incredible defensive line. They've got Jonathan Tah in the middle, who's the kind of the aerial threat. Like he's the guy who takes care of most of their headers. So when you're going to see his heading stats, they're not going to look like you would expect them to look. When you figure out how good he is as a defensive header of the ball, you have to go and look at the footage to see how good he is, how commanding he is, because he's not used in that role at Leverkusen as much as he would be or could be in a back four. However, let's have a look at his passing. Let's start with the stuff that you need. Remember, we need someone who can pass the ball very well from the back. We need someone who can progress the ball very well from the back. And we need someone who, when we get in trouble, and Lord, how we are going to get in trouble, because we're not Manchester City and we don't have world-class players. We need people who can get back and cover. That's why Kyle Walker would have been a good fit, because he's so fast. This guy's fast. But anyway, passes completed, 88th percentile, 61. His pass completion is 86%. This is why I always say 85% is what you should be for a centre-back, right? Because 86%, 63 percentile in the top 5 leagues, it's not that great. Total passing distance, though, he's not just someone who's like an Eric Dyer who just wants to pass it to Romero or pass it to Longley. Nah, he wants to move it forward. 89th, 86th percentile. His short completion is 91%. Medium completion, 92%. It's very good. And the long completion is obviously 64%, which, yeah, it's still top third of all centre backs in the league. He gets forward, guys, and he creates chances. He creates chances like outside of the ordinary for centre backs. Passes into the final third is what you need, right? Imagine him getting the ball, progressing the ball, breaking the line, and then slotting it into Maddison's feet, slotting it into the feet of Harry Kane, slotting it down into the channels for Kulu or Son. Cooking with gas, people. He's also knocking it into the penalty area all the time, which is where you need to be if you want to score goals, unless you're Heung-min Son, who scores the majority of his goals from outside the area. Progressive passes, that's what I'm talking about. 6 times a game. 6 times a game, he's knocking that ball forward after he's broken the line. We love this man. Pass types, not really that interesting. Most of the time, it's all live passes anyway. As someone who's creating what he's doing with the ball, he's making actions that create chances that lead to shots. 85th percentile for centre backs. It's lovely to see. Let's look at his defense, shall we? Again, remember, it's a back 3 system, so it's not the same as a back 4 system. He doesn't have to tackle all that often, but when he does, he gets it right most of the time. It's lovely to see that he can also tackle dribblers. I'm sure, I'm not going to get it up, but if we were looking at Clement Longley's percentage of dribblers tackled, I'm sure that would be in the red. I'm sure it would absolutely be in the red. Passes blocked. He doesn't let passes get past him. 83 percentile for that. Look at this in terms of possession, guys. What he's doing. He's exactly what you need. He's a big, strong, ball-carrying defender who takes the ball on, takes it out and does it very, very well. 94% of the time, he's successful. Progressive carrying distance, 182 meters per game, 94th percentile. Carries into the final third in the 85th percentile. I mean, look, the only part of his game that I'm a little bit, like, where the stats would have you be a little bit worried is when you look at his aerial duels. But as I say, despite his size, it's not the way that he is set up. Jonah Tah is used for that role in the middle of a back three. He is more commonly found outside, progressing the ball and looking for the chance to move the ball forward. But he has got, if you look at him in the side of, like, go to YouTube or go to Y Scout or whatever and see what you can look at and see if you see him when he does head the ball, see how commanding and present he is. We've got a super chat here from Skinny Fat Huey. Congrats on the good health news. Thank you so much, mate. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Happy for you. Also, after watching the Scotland-Georgia game last night, I hope we get Raya and not the Georgian keeper. Is that Mamadashvili? Flappy boy. I didn't watch the game. I heard it was a complete washout, wasn't it? Didn't they have like a flash storm or something? Didn't Kratchavia or whatever his name is, didn't he like take it past the keeper and then roll the ball into the back of the net, but it stopped in a waterlogged pitch or something crazy like that? Sean, who is looking at thank you so much for the super chat, Skinny. I really appreciate it, man. I do appreciate your well wishes as well, man. I'm over the moon. I'm sure you can see my mood is quite upbeat this morning. Do I think it's a high possibility that we will get him, or is it just talk? That's the thing. We are linked with so many players at the moment. Yeah, when Romano says, though, that things are talking, things are progressing, like, he doesn't usually say things. It's not like Team Talk or Football Insider or you know, the Transfer Tavern or whatever that basically just make things up, or even go into the world of supposedly proper journalism like the Daily Mail, where you've got Sammy Mockbell, who literally just makes up something in his head, like Tottenham are interested in Kratchavia, and then puts the word could in front of are interested or could be interested in. And then once you put the word could in, or could make a move for this player, then anything's possible. I could have a slurp of beer right now. I'm not going to, but you know what I mean? Like, it's nonsense to just put the word could in front of things, because none of Sammy Mockbell's tweets ever come true. Romano's do. And when Romano says it, I tend to give it a little bit more credibility. And also, I'm pumped at the thought of him coming in, guys, because he is, if not, I don't know, like him versus Aymeric Laporte. If you had to pick one, I'd probably still pick Laporte. Oh, would I? I don't know, you know. No, I would. I'd pick Laporte because he's been there, done it, and he hasn't had to do that. There's more risk with Tapsoba, but I think Tapsoba is a ball-carrying beast who can do everything defensively as well, and he's so strong. I'm excited, very, very excited to see him. Thanks, Joseph. Really appreciate that, mate. Moondog doesn't go on stats. No, listen, I'm not basing my opinion on stats. I'm basing my opinion on what I've seen of him at Leverkusen, watching the Bundesliga, and then going and looking at the Y Scout and looking at the videos in detail. I always look at because I've said to you before, Y Scout has the ability where you can dial in a player's name. But I'll show you. Oh, I can't show you the actual content though. But 1 second. Let me get it up. That's what he said. Edmond Tapsoba, right? So, am I sharing my screen? I'm not, am I? This is what you can do with the Y Scout tool. Stop screen, share screen, window. So the beautiful thing about the Y Scout tool is it's not just like going to YouTube. I can click on best actions. Better stop that quickly. And you can see all of the various things that he's done, right? All of the different, the best actions. But I could also look at his assists or his long-range passes, his headshots. And you just see a long line of one after another of all of the different clips of what he's done in those specific areas of his game. And if I see something I like, then I'll go and look at the stats and see whether or not my eyes deceive me. So it's always for me video first, footage first, eye test first, and then go and work out whether or not the stats stand up to the test. Is he right-footed, Custy? He is right-footed, yes, which is a problem if you prioritize complete balance in the back four. For me personally, I would rather a left footer. But listen, I'm not going to miss it for a biscuit kind of thing. I'm not going to kind of be too over the. I'm not going to die on that hill saying it's entirely essential. There's plenty, loads and loads and loads of very talented right-footed, left-sided centre backs. 315 in the house, guys. This is only a very, very quick one. I've got to go in 10 minutes, but smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Would you rather Tapsoba? Let me know in the comments. Who's your number one choice? Go for the left side. Could be anyone. Hiroki Ito, if you fancy him. Maguire, if you're been living on Mars. Is it Tapsoba? Is it Laporte? If money was no object, but there is still, you're not going to go and get Guardiola, so forget about him. But people that are within the realms of realism, let me know who your thoughts, who your priority is. Let me get this thing ready. What's going on here? Pal Torres says Bobby K. What's happening, Bobby? Good to see you, mate. Harvey Troy, morning Saba. I'm not Saba. I'm not Saba. I'm Sean. Tapsoba and Ito as cover, says Peter. Good to see you, mate. Smash the subscribe. Thank you, Carl. Doing the Lord's work. Laporte for Van Dev ZVR. It isn't a problem if you're comfortable playing left, unlike Toby Dyer. Yeah, Tapsoba sounds like a site for drunk people. Yeah. Yeah. If you are struggling with alcohol dependence, go to tapsoba.com for all of your sobriety needs. Skriniar says Side Chopper. He's gone to PSG, mate. He's already joined PSG. He is not coming. Guys, listen, I just wanted to drop that news. For me, I don't know what the budget would be on him. It says on the tweet that he's on the list and Spurs are now exploring conditions of the deal on both player and buyer side. I would imagine, how much is he worth? Let's have a look. Transfer market. What's he going for? 30 million euros on transfer market. So you add an extra 15%. So 40 million euros. 35 million quid. God, you get that done, don't you? You just get it done. Makes absolute sense. 1 second. Why isn't that coming up? Bear me 2 seconds, guys. I've got an issue here. One second. Who else we got? 30 million euros, Rooty Toot says. How's Bugsy? Bugsy's out, I think. I think she's out for a walk with someone else in the house. I'm sweating like an absolute pig. I am excited by the Tapsoba news. What do I think about what? 24Z Skriniar. I don't know. He's not coming to Tottenham. He's gone to PSG. Guys, I'm gonna. You know what? There's nothing else to talk about really. So I'm sorry it's a real short one. But just wanted to say hello before I've got to go out for lunch because it's Father's Day for me. Because on Sunday I was getting a pipe stuck down my throat, so I didn't get to see my dad. So I'm going out with him. I'm meeting him in 45 minutes. I've got to get an Uber. But after this, I'm going to click out here right now. You can go to my uploads page, and there will be another video for you to dial into. So go and let me know what your thoughts are on that particular story as well. We drop those comments below in there. That's all about Richarlison out. Maybe Jackson in. What about Kyogo and all that stuff? I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for stopping by for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Like, subscribe, and comment on your way out. Am I streaming tonight? Do you know what? I might be, mate. I might be. Or I definitely am. If I get back from lunchtime, I'm going to be on Henry's show at 6 or 6:30, whatever time that is. And then, depending on my energy levels, I might come back and see you guys maybe about 8 o'clock or something on here. Do a proper one, a proper breakdown. Let's go and find a replacement for, I don't know. Let's go and see if we can get a right back tonight using the Whites. How about that, shall we? Should we do that? Maybe if the stories are true, there was a rumor put out there that Pedro Porro might be leaving, going to Barcelona or elsewhere. He just doesn't fit the Postecoglou system, apparently. And if that's the case and Tottenham were to cash in and kind of just pivot in, pivot out, I know you like that word, or I like to use that word apparently, then maybe we need to go and find a right back. Maybe we need to go and find the left back. Let's do that this evening. later, though, like 9 o'clock or something. All right. Look forward to that. Lock that in, guys. Whilst you're doing it, smash the like button, smash the subscribe, and I'll see you later. Check out the video. It's all about Richarlison and Thingy, the other guys I just mentioned. Ciao for now, guys. Take it easy. See you later. Bye-bye.